What is up, guys? Sophie here, and I am back with another video. If you are new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell and don't forget to check the description box because I always put a lot of stuff in there, specifically my book for single women, which you may want to get, and you can check the description box down below for the link to get that. So what we're going to be talking about today is when we use sex to replace love. As you guys know, if you are a follower of my channel, then you know that I am celibate. I will leave my video down on why I made that decision. It's been a few years now, but realistically speaking, I want to read this to you on some of the things that women think when they overcompensate sex. And realistically, they think that they're getting a loving man and a loving relationship when really you're just looking at the sex and he's not giving you anything else, right? So what this says is that this idea that toxic people give the best sex is really coming to a warped perspective, if you ask me. You being deprived of love, kindness, respect regularly, of course you're going to think the sex is bomb. It's the only form of intimacy they're giving you that's positive. And see, there's a lot of truth to this, right? Because at the end of the day, what I notice is, number one, women will lie to themselves. Whenever you are exchanging and you are intimate with somebody, that is a intimate act, right? This is beyond handshaking. This is beyond giving you a hug. If you are a female, a man is entering your body. Women will sit up there and lie to themselves and tell themselves like, oh, just because a man is having sex with me, he loves me. That's not true. A man can have sex with you and feel nothing for you. Don't ever think that because I am allowing him to pounce on top of me, that this is somehow an equation for love. It isn't. Women will also lie to themselves and try to say, oh, just because he's having sex with me, that means we're in a great relationship. You could have never seen the light of day with him. You might not be going anywhere with him. He might not take you out on a date. He doesn't discuss plans with you for the future. He doesn't even talk to you if it's not about sex. He won't even invite you over his house if it's not late at night to have sex. If that is the situation, that's not love. He's just using you for sex. Because women are so emotional, when women have sex with men, they will tend to blow up the sex and make it into something there it's not, when realistically to the man it's just sex, and the woman, she's getting over obsessed over a man who's having sex with her, calling it love, thinking y'all have a future when the only thing he has given you is sex, period. Nothing else after that. No love, no respect, no kindness, no nothing. And then women want to trick themselves into thinking, oh, but you know, the sex is so good that this must mean something. It don't mean nothing. It means that you have latched onto this sexual connection because literally that's the only intimacy he has given you. And therefore you want to amplify this one thing, which is sex, and minimalize the fact that he don't give you anything else. And so then the second question that you have to ask yourself, if you are with a man that you are having sex with, if you took away the sex from him, then what? And understand, because you guys know that I'm celibate, that I always say celibacy is not about playing games. This is not a mind game in which you want to, oh, I'm going to take away sex in order so that I can control the man. But the point is that a lot of y'all, sex is the only thing binding your relationship. And if you were to stop having sex with this person, you would probably realize that you don't have anything in common. You don't have nothing to talk about. He probably won't call or text you because he can't booty call you, and he knows you're not coming over to have sex with him. Literally, most men will probably leave a lot of women alone if they're not passing out sex. But that's not a bad thing, right? A lot of women feel like, oh, you know, I'm scared he might leave me alone if I'm celibate. But if he leaves you alone because you're celibate, then the fact of the matter is that the only reason why he was attracted to you was because of the sex. If there is something binding you together outside of the sex, then you being celibate shouldn't be an issue. Or you saying, oh, I want to take time back from having sex so that we could grow a deeper connection shouldn't be an issue. That's what he should want to do. But the type of men who say, oh, you know what? You're not having sex, bye. Those are the men who was just using you for sex anyway. And I think women have to take a closer look at that. You not giving a man sex is not punishment for you because you feel like, oh, I have to give him sex so he won't go away. It's actually a reward for you that if you keeping your sex from yourself, if you are keeping your sex to yourself, it will reveal the men who are there for you versus the ones who are not. And last, you should feel love without the sex. The fact of the matter is that sex is not a bad thing. I have said that so many times. I don't want to demonize sex, but sex should add on to the loving relationship that you already have. A lot of women want to put the cart before the horse. Oh, I don't know this person. Let me have sex with him in order to make him fall in love with me. That's just simply not going to happen, because there's a lot of vaginas out there. And if your vagina is like everybody else's vagina and he don't know the difference. So if there's not anything outside of your vagina that is actually bonding you to him or keeping him to you, such as your personality, a relationship, the support you offer, whatever you got going on in your relationship, and you don't feel loved, or you don't feel like he's going to give you the attention that you need if you're not having sex with him, once again, you are lying to yourself. Sex adds on to the relationship that you already have. It does not define the relationship that you already have. It does not make the relationship that you already have. And some people think, oh, you're celibate, you must not like sex. That is the farthest from the truth. But what I need y'all to understand is that when you step out of these situations in which y'all just having sex with people and y'all know the situation is toxic, then that will open you up and allow you to be with somebody who is not just using you for sex. How can you possibly, it's like the Bible say, how can you serve two masters? How can you possibly be in this toxic behind sex only relationship still talking about you waiting for the one? How? When you're in a toxic situation, you can't be open and waiting for the one. There's no room for somebody to come in and you're sitting up there trying to make a sexual relationship into something serious, or say that a sexual relationship doesn't take from you, because it does, or trying to normalize this toxic stuff and turn it into love, when really this man is just pouncing on top of your body whenever he feel like it, and when he don't, he's nowhere to be found. See, women, we have to understand that in all actuality, we have a lot of power to not put ourselves and our bodies in abusive situations, or in situations where we are going to be taken advantage of by men. And I feel like we have to get a lot smarter with that, and not trying to use sex to replace the fact that this man don't love you, or he don't want a relationship with you, or he don't want to marry you, or he doesn't want to see you outside of the four corners of his bedroom or your bedroom, right? Hope that makes sense. And so I am going to get off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys another day, another time. Bye, y'all. Not ready for the show to end? It doesn't have to. You can head over to my site where you can read hundreds of articles. And also you can feel free to shop my store where I have all of my products for sale. And last but not least, for even more video content, feel free to visit my YouTube channel where I talk about a wide array of content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, stay blessed.